Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to be able to get together tonight. My name is Julie White from Pennsylvania, and I'm a Pro 7 in LifeVantage. And we have some really exciting guests tonight. And I am going to, first of all, just hand it over to one of our favorite leaders, Mark Harris, Pro 8 out of Kansas City. And he's going to do some introductions and announcements for us. Mark, take it away.
Absolutely. But first things first, I saw on my rank advancement report that somebody very close to you may have hit Pro 3 this past month. Probably not on his own, but is that true?
That is true.
Timmy White.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
Yay.
So exciting.
That is awesome. And I want to give a shout out to Eunice Tunoa in case she's watching the recording. Joanna Packard. Oh, there's a name. Did you have anything to do with that, Debbie, or with Michael?
I might have had a little bit to do with that one.
Or Michael.
Or Michael Packard. Yeah, I might have. At least I know who they are and where they live.
And I see that Heidi on the call tonight just ranked advanced Pro 1.
Yes, she did.
Fantastic.
There you go, Heidi.
It's and unless you've been living under a rock, you probably saw that we have another month in which we've broken another Master Pro 10. Sean and Michelle Poe, dear friends to the Team Lifetree community, are brand new Master Pro 10s.
Wow.
If you have not seen the call that Tyler Daniels did on the eve of their advancement, you need to check that out. I just posted it on the Team Lifetree Health Network Facebook group, and it is awesome. It's one of the best 36 minutes you can use as a tool. It's one of the best presentations I think we've had in a long, long time. Obviously, the ABC Prime Time, it's still $1 billion video, so use that when you can. But man, it was really crystalline and outstanding, I thought. And the questions at the end that Sean and Tyler go back with, and maybe we can talk about that here in a little bit. So some announcements coming up. LVA coming up November 19th. The Kansas City crew is still working on a local venue. We can share that together. The one and only Master Pro 10 Plus, Carrie Dickey, is going to be presenting on the virtual version of that. If you have not yet registered for LVA, please do so. You should know, if you're a brand new distributor, you already have LifeVantage Academy tickets to cover that cost. So take advantage of that as well. And then we'll be rolling back into live events after the first year in 2023. Building Depth is the next one is already on the calendar for January 7th and 8th. We had some of our folks with us in St. George, Utah over the weekend. Lovely to see Carol and Wally and Melissa. And I don't see Melissa on the phone on the call yet tonight. But we just had a blast. Fantastic event, as always. Steve Fife was in the house and had some really fun things to share with us as well. And if you felt like you missed out on that event, guess what? It's not just a feeling. It was really good. So if you're free, January 7th and 8th, try to make that. Right now, we don't have a verdict on the virtual option for Building Depth in St. George. Rock the Rhythm, January 18th, 10 days after that, is going to be a really fun free virtual event. And that was one of the things Steve was promoting. Lots of cool, new, exciting news. And that's kind of the teaser, the ubiquitous network marketing teaser. You don't want to miss that. Well, you probably don't. You really probably don't want to miss. Rock the Rhythm, January 18th. Go ahead and register for that. It is free, but you do have to register for it. March 16th and through 18th is Evolve in the Big Easy. This is LifeVantage's first trip to New Orleans. We tried to get there one time, and they got weird on us, so we canceled that event. And but we're going back. Some of you guys know we have a wonderful relationship with our LifeVantage family in Houma, Louisiana, one of the first regions in LifeVantage back in the day, and those guys are still going strong. Tim and Tori and Sonny and Chad, and we love those guys. So we're going to be in their backyard. That is March 16th and through 18th. Those registration links are live. And if you were in Phoenix, you already know how hard it is to get a decent room close to the convention center. Now, there's lots of hotel rooms in New Orleans, so I hear, but I will tell you, you will get the cheapest rate if you book them early. So do that. And then, of course, October 5th through 7th, hopefully that date is on your calendar already for San Antonio. And that San Antonio holds a very special place in our hearts. That's where Krista and I, our first event after hitting Elite was in San Antonio. That's also the place that we received a magic little manila envelope that had a title to a brand new Jeep Wrangler in it. 54 of us received those in San Antonio. So that was really fun. A couple little promotions that are going on. Any product order that contains fat burn or lemon ginger Axio right now ships free. You should know that. We've also, those of you that were in Phoenix already know that we've added a couple new enrollment packs for $309. That's a great deal. The Optimize Health Pack, the Achieve More Health Pack, the Look Radiant Health Pack, also $309, includes liquid collagen. Our lowest priced enrollment pack that has the collagen in it. And of course, the old standard standby, the Elite Pack for business builders. And we still love that one the best because it's $1,800 worth of stuff. And I would just challenge us again to consider the fact that where else can you go to start a multinational, potentially multi-million-dollar business for $1,000? We had our ROI back on that on our initial pack, which was called a Vantage Pack at the time. We borrowed that money from my dear mother-in-law, Jackie Shepard, and we had that money back in 6 weeks. Friends, I think the Elite Pack is the best thing going. When you compare the amount of leverage that we have, for goodness sakes, they give us 200 employees to help us do what we do. They do all the innovation, all the research, all the legal, all the hard stuff, all the payroll stuff, all the inventory stuff, manufacturing, all of it, shipping. All we have to do is share the message, and they pay us 47 cents on the dollar to do that. So I will mention, if those of you who have seen the benefits of this guy, you should know, we've talked about this a couple times on the call, but the, gosh, what is it called? Healthy Glow Essentials Pack. This is liquid collagen, in case you can't see that. My virtual screen is getting in the way. I wanted to show lovely Kansas City tonight and not the, the pool area back behind me. But the liquid collagen, if you order this simultaneously with Nerf 2, the Nerf 2 is $35. That's the cheapest you can get Nerf 2, friends. It's called the Healthy a new customer that wants to try the collagen, tell them, hey, $5 more. You, St. George, Utah. Just got no.
You're really breaking up, Mark.
I know. Trying to hold it together, man. How am I doing now?
It was your voice that was breaking up.
Okay. Yeah, David.
Say that last 60 seconds one more time.
David Meisner is teasing me that Greenwood Wi-Fi is sketchy, no doubt. And the fact that I have an 18-year-old tying up my bandwidth upstairs is probably not helping.
Yeah.
At all. So we're coming off the back of a Building Depth weekend. Those of you that have ever been to Building Depth know what a special, intimate sort of setting that is. In the Dixie Convention Center in St. George, Utah, Carol Roberts and her lovely arm candy Wally was with us. Were with us, as well as Melissa Russell. I don't see mine on here. Carol, I'm wondering, I hit you with this last minute, but would you mind just sharing just a minute or two, just some nuggets or some impressions from your time going, during, or coming from the Building Depth event this past weekend? Pro 3, Carol Roberts.
Oh, thank you, Mark. So we traveled through snow, which was awesome. But once we got there, it was the warmth that just warms you. It doesn't matter the weather outside. I was thinking about something to share when you asked me, Mark, and something that just immediately popped in my head was something that Summer Smolik had said, that we are literally one decision away from changing our lives. And that can equate to everyday life, whether you eat this or that, whether you, whatever. I mean, every decision matters, even the small ones, but especially the big ones. So that really inspired me. Also, Bert DeBrois, And I shared it on my stories, but he said, when we become fearless, we become limitless. And that really kind of kicked me in the backside a little bit. But I think my favorite part really was just being with, we got an invitation to Dave and Joanne Madison's condo and one evening, and just sitting with team members all across lines. I mean, we were all just everybody's team. We were just Team Life Vantage. But sitting next to Marcel, hearing the stories that he was telling about when Dave and Joanne got involved, then having Mark there sharing wisdom, having Jason Kokenzie sharing wisdom, having Dave and Joanne share wisdom. It's that kind of stuff that you can't put a price on. So
Yeah,
that's
true.
what I got.
And I would second that. Krista and I had no idea what we were doing, and it was those moments. Sometimes sitting on a boat with Blue Elam, sometimes drinking coffee with Gabe Pearson, sometimes hanging out by the pool with Carrie Dickey, and you just, you can't replace the value of somebody who's actually walked the walk. And man, the years of experience and wisdom that this company's leadership possess, and the willingness to just share that freely, transparently, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, so that we can all succeed. I don't know about you guys. I haven't seen that in business very often. Every now and then a church will get it right, and they'll, the mentorship culture will be good in that organization or that congregation. But it's a rare thing, especially in corporate America or in the marketplace, right? So I appreciate that, Carol. I know that Julie says that Melissa is on. Are you around? Do you mind sharing anything you took away from St. George this weekend?
Now she's gone.
She gone.
She was on though for quite a while.
Well, I know she's on the road, and
She is. She's driving down in the valley.
yeah, the only thing harder than to get a Wi-Fi signal in Greenwood, Missouri at the farm is driving through the mountains of Colorado and Utah. So there's grace, Maya. As you're watching this, it was great to see you. Maya's on fire, guys. I don't know if you know, but she's on fire. And it was so inspirational for me to hear all the stories. And I mean, she's just a machine right now. She was texting me, telling me all the people that, she's connecting with and sharing information with. And I love it. I'll say this, we do have Master Pro 10 Marcel Niederhauser getting on momentarily. He asked me to let you know he wouldn't be on till the bottom half of the hour, 7:30. And then some of you already know we have some other surprises coming on as well. One we're holding very close to the vest. But I'll share a conversation I had with a dear friend of mine out in St. George, who's a doctor, Dr. Amy Leverett, there, and she happens to be a believer. Those of you that know that I'm a person of faith. Krista and I come from a career missionary background, and she was struggling with this sort of sacred and secular divide. What do I do with this network marketing thing? It's so weird, especially as a doctor, and I've got this nonprofit ministry stuff that I do. And I thought it might be helpful because I know the disposition of most of our distributors. Not everybody's a person of faith, and I want to be mindful of that. But I just want to say, listen, this is the free part. So if you're not a person of faith, this is absolutely free. I'm not charging you for this part. Okay, so don't ask for your money back. Colossians 1:20 talks about the reconciliation of all things, and for us that means an expansion of the good news to include what we're doing right now. Right. So if you're a person of faith, let me encourage you to go back to the source, to the Lord. I'll just say it, to the Lord, and say, hey, why you got us in this thing? Right? What is that about? How am I connected with this network marketing thing? I want you to know that our journey from not knowing anything about network marketing other than, Amway makes good laundry soap and Melaleuca makes some good stuff. Right. And I've tried some Herbalife shakes in the past, and Mom sold Avon and Tupperware. That's all I know about network marketing, or also I knew. And the journey we went on for the first year was really trying to reconcile what our calling was as missionaries and this weird network marketing business thing. And I began to see, wait a minute, this is a product, unlike laundry soap, unlike makeup, that really has the potential to change the lives of everyone who participates with this stuff. And it was like, I got a inspirational thought. Yeah, this stuff, it's all natural. It's food. This stuff was in the earth the first week of creation, right? It's the formulation of this stuff that makes it so special. And it's reserved for the modern age, mostly because I think God's people asking for it, right? So my goodness, if you need a mandate, if you need some inspiration to reconcile those two worlds, just realize that this is part of the bigger calling, right? You have the ability, we have the ability to transform people's lives. Maybe that's not compliant. I don't know. I've just seen it thousands and thousands and thousands of times, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, socially. I am a recovering knucklehead. My wife will tell you I'm not the dude I used to be. The hair is not coming back, but everything else is in really proper, pretty good working order. And it's No Gain November. Thank you for the laugh, David. No Gain November. So anybody that wants to join us on that journey, it's a good month to get cranked up on the fat burn as well. Good stuff. Those of you that were in Phoenix already know that story. So with that, I just want to say there's never been a better time. There has never been a better time to be a distributor in LifeVantage than right now. I'm saying it. Yes, there are Master Pro 10s that are already getting a six-figure check. Yes, there are already elite distributors who have tens of thousands of people in their team. Yep. I will tell you that the years of chaos and confusion and disruption and emotional heartache, those that have made it through this period, it's been worth it. But I will tell you, it's way easier to build. And to me, the next wave that we are watching, some of the early harbingers, the early telltale signs of the next swell in LifeVantage means that it's going to be more fun now than it has been for the last 10 years, probably 11 years, right? So if you hung in here through the whitewater years, bless your heart, man. You couldn't be at a better place at a better time. And we say it this way. We believe that we are in the right place, working with the right people at the right time for the right reasons. And I don't know that there are many places in the world that you can do that. So I want to take just a minute. I want to open up the call. Anything exciting, any questions you've got burning, any promotions that you want to highlight, that would be awesome. And then we're going to turn it over to our guest presenter tonight. So anybody want to share anything happening? David Meisner?
Hey, Mark, thank you, man. Hey, and over the years that I've known you, it's not just the change of the flora, your scalpular flora, but you truly have, just from what I've seen, you've become a better man. And I loved you back then. I love you now. Now, Mark, this isn't to be overly dramatic. I'm just saying that Mark has shown some great growth in wisdom and in Christian maturity. Yeah, no, I'm serious, man. And that's what we're all supposed to be doing. I'm just telling you, I've noticed it. And brother, I love you. And I love being a part of this with you right now. Just so excited about the things that I've been seeing. Debbie Packard and her team did a phenomenal last month. And Heidi, welcome to this awesome team. And Carol, love you. And Arm Candy Man, tell them I said hello. Give him a kiss for me again. But Debbie, your leadership has been phenomenal. I'm just so proud of you and so honored to be working with you and John and your whole team, everybody in it. I love the character and the caring that you bring to your team, and they see it too and love it. And I'm excited to see where you and your team are going this coming year. And my Lissa, and she's, like Mark said, she's probably just in and out of signal right now. And yeah, Linda, let's go, girl. Can everybody see Linda? Love you, sister. I remember when we first met in Salt Lake City years ago. But excited for Mai, and I love it's not just her excitement and her energy that's increased, but her numbers as well. And it's fun watching her team grow. And Pamela, I think you were just recently started with Mai. What a
Yeah,
wonderful
that's what
woman
I was
you
gonna
already
say
know.
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've joined a great team. Mark and Krista and Jackie, thank you. And Julie, thank you so much for everything you've done. Remember long ago when Julie challenged me and said, if the Lord gave this to you, you need to work it. And it's absolutely right. You have my permission to tell me that every month if you need to, if you feel like you need to, I receive it. So Mark, thank you for leading us tonight and for over the years. And Virginia, it's great to see you, sister. Hey, all right.
Yeah, I love gallery view. Not only is it like Romper Room and the Brady Bunch, I really like to see. So if you can, guys, turn your cameras on. I know some of you are fixing dinner, and some of you, we've got some of our Samoan team. It may be early in the morning. No, yes, early in the morning there where you are. But if you can turn your camera on, we'd love to see your face and those smiles and kind of your setting. It really it binds us together, even though we're miles and miles and miles apart. Zoom can be really special sometimes, even if it's virtual. So Julie, I want to make time for you. Anything you want to plug or announce or recognize before Marcel?
Absolutely. I just want everyone on here to know that, I just love our family and our team. You're all just amazing, and we're so grateful. And Mark, I have to say something about you. I was looking at you tonight and I was like, wow, Mark looks different. And that is the collagen. I mean, you look fantastic. You look younger. And yeah, I just think you look great. So I can see a difference, and I think it's the collagen. So, that's awesome. But one thing that I want to share real quick here, if Marcel's not on here yet, and that is from convention. At the very end of convention, Tyler Daniels, who, I don't know, to me, he's just, he's one of the best trainers, in my opinion. And I don't know how, I'm not a real numbers person. So Mark, maybe you can even help with this, but I think a lot of times we don't realize how many people we need to talk to. We think, well, we talked to a few people, we didn't make the progress that we want to make. But when it gets right down to it, it really is a numbers game. And he was saying, if I can get this right, he was saying, for one person, if you want to find one person, you need to talk to 30 people. You need to show it to 10 people. And I think that's to enroll 3 people. And then from those 3 people, you'll probably get one that will build. Does that sound right to you, Brother Mark?
Yeah, that sounds right. In fact, I'm looking for a famous quote from Bill Britt to your point. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times, we don't realize how many people we have to talk to, and, that this is a numbers game, and, there's some statistics that are helpful to know. Now, he said that he has, and I guess it's he and Marcel, I think, work together maybe, but they have like 12 people building. And so they've talked to like 300 people to be able to show it to show, the opportunity to 100 people. And they enrolled 36 people, and they have 12 that are building. So it kind of gives you a better idea of how many people you need to talk to. And he was like, well, there's 365 days in a year. So if you're going for 300 people, that gives you 65 days off a year if you talk to one person a day for 300 of those days, to find those 12 builders. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, let me share one of the things to your point that really inspired me about the network marketing industry. I was a rookie and no concept. And so I became a student of this profession, and Bill Britt, some of you will know that name instantly. Others that will be a foreign name to you, but he is one of the top pioneering network marketing distributors in the world that took a legacy company, Amway, I'll just say it, it's a close call, to gosh, I think they're still at $13 billion, something crazy like that, even after 65 years. And his children's children are now cashing Bill's checks, right? So this is something he famously said, I simply showed the plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no, and only 300 signed up. Out of those 300, only 85 did something at all. Of those 85, only 35 were serious. And out of those 35, 11 made me a millionaire. Bill Britt. And I think that those numbers are kind of what you're alluding to, Julie. It's, you know, one of the things that we are trying to do is help people create a lifestyle for the people they love the most in which they get to fully participate. Well, to do that, you've got to create a financial engine. And unless you're sitting on a bankroll of millions of dollars, drawing a decent percentage of return every year, the normal American looking for other ways to do that, like Powerball, right? I mean, there simply aren't that many ways of creating leveraged income other than network marketing. And when you can find a group of individuals who start to see this like we do, and you help them grow their own organization that they take ownership of, then it begins to separate our activity a little bit from our income. And over time, people like, you know, these legendary leaders, Marcel and Tyler and Carrie and Mark and others, they've been able to do that. They find leaders and they invest in those leaders, and they go down in depth and they look for the like-minded people. Not everybody's going to do this. 1 in 3, you know, will even take a look. And we just went through the numbers, so I won't belabor the point, but thank you for that. And hopefully we'll get some more of that kind of content here momentarily. I see another really special guest here as well on. Things are getting interesting. It's going to be a good call. It's not too late. If you know somebody that you know needs to be on a call tonight to get some special inspiration, share the invitation link and just let them know, hey, you might want to see what's going on over at Mark and Krista's team call tonight.
Absolutely. Hey, excuse me. I have one other thing that I want to announce while everybody's intently listening and waiting for our guests. And that is on Thursday night, one of my favorite distributors is going to be sharing on this very Zoom number. And her name is Lena Meisner, David Meisner's lovely, amazing wife, who is a microbiologist. And not only that, she just brings health and science together in just an incredible way. And she is going to be sharing on the No Gain November. We have an incredible study with our fat burn that she's going to be sharing. And that's going to be on this Zoom ID. And that is going to be at, let me check my calendar here. It is going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And so that's 6 p.m. Central, yada, yada. So please join us for that. That's going to be awesome, and invite your guests to hear about that new study. It's a pretty exciting study because apparently you can burn calories without making any other changes in your life besides taking the fat burn.
November what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
No Gain November.
No gain. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically, trying to not gain any extra weight over the holidays. And so LifeVantage has some specials. If you look on your website, under promotions, you will see the promotions that Lena's going to be sharing about and the product of Physique Fat Burn that she's going to be sharing about.
Yeah, I just missed the date that you mentioned.
Oh yeah, Thursday, November 10th.
Okay, yes, I already have that in the calendar. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. So when we joined in 2010, we had one tool. That was the ABC Primetime Investigative Report. And the good thing is that was like a thermonuclear device. Like if you want to blow something up, that video has produced $1 billion in revenue, over $1 billion from that one source. And it's still jolly good if you set it up right and help people understand what they're watching. The problem now is like we have a whole warehouse full of tools and just keeping up with all the things. Here's the thing, you don't have to know everything, friends, and you don't, my goodness, the last thing you want to try to do is to superoxide dismutase your friends and family into your business. Please don't do that. But I will tell you that every Wednesday, my mother-in-law, Pro 8 Jackie Shepard, does a Wellness Wednesday. Usually it's her. Quite often she has a guest on as well. But Lena's doing these amazing calls, looking at the biochemistry and the physiological changes that happen because of our products. Friends, if you need belief, my goodness, look no further than this team. I mean, there is such a vast, it's an embarrassment of riches that we have here. And if you need doctoral support, there's loads of stuff on YouTube that's compliant. We have, one of the reasons that we love events is because we get to rub shoulders with people way smarter than us. And when you repeat things that smart people say, especially when they're compliant, they think you're smart too. Ask me how I know. So it's really fun. I'm stalling. I know Marcel is finishing up a call for the Vermont team. And I think in our mind, we had a pretty set order that we wanted to go in. And the surprises that are being let out of the bag as we speak. We got names and faces popping up that you guys all know. So
I made it on.
I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to make you wait. I do want to give our dear friend Tyler Daniels proper edification, because you guys should know. Those of you that have been around any length of time, you know the name Tyler Daniels. If you don't know, or even if you do, one of the things that network marketing is known for is helping people create a lifestyle that allows them to go and live the dreams that they have set for them and their families. It is a remarkable thing when you get someone who's actually created that lifestyle, or multiple lifestyles like that, who still are passing ladders down to help people who have not yet achieved that level get to the place that they have enjoyed in life. And not only does Tyler and Tasha still do that remarkably, but these guys were some of the founding pioneers in LifeVantage. They saw this before just about anybody. And when the corporate staff was transitioning this distribution model out of conventional brick and mortar, they said, hey, we're going to do word of mouth. How do you guys want to get paid? Tyler took the clipboard and said, I'm glad you asked that question. Let me just make some notes here. So Tyler was that guy. Tyler was the reason that we have 9% on our third level. Tyler was the guy that the reason why we have dynamically compressed unilevel compensation plans. Some of you have no idea what that means. When you've been in as long as we do, it's hard not to kiss the man when you realize all that his influence has brought on the compensation plan, on the leadership structure. Tyler's back on the FAB. Again, just such a privilege, man, that you would take time out of your busy schedule and join us tonight. Please take all the time you need. And when Marcel shows up, I'm just going to tell him he got bumped. He was late. So Tyler.
Well, Mark, I appreciate that introduction. I probably deserve about half of it, but thank you. I love doing this stuff. I'm really excited to be here with you guys tonight. I've got a couple of cool announcements to make to you guys tonight, and then I'll turn it over to Marcel. He's been going first on the last couple of calls, but he's actually traveling home, and so he's in a couple dead spots. So I'll go first tonight, and I'll turn it over to him to wrap it up. What I really want to do with you guys tonight is talk to you about what's happened in, say, the last 18 months or so with this company. We had, if you're not aware of it, we had really, really explosive growth in the first 4 years. And there was a period of time where you almost just had to sign up. And I mean, it was just going to kind of happen for you. There was so much excitement. You just brought someone to a meeting and they just signed up. It was really a very unique environment. But what's happened over the last few years, we've had a lot of products that we've launched. We've done a lot of supporting things. The company is very, very, very established in its product line today. About a year and a half ago, though, we all decided that we wanted to experience what we had in those first 4 years again. And it was really sparked because incredible team. They would brag about their team all night long if we'd let them. I would too. They came to us and they said, guys, we know what you did. There's a lot of people that would love to do that again. What's it going to take? And we said, well, what are you going to do? And they said, we're going to put our time in. We're going to put our money in. We're going to ask the questions. We're going to be committed to the answers that you give. We're going to be committed to a partnership with you. We're going to be committed to giving you guys the environment that will create that kind of growth again. Are you going to do it? And so skeptically in the beginning, I think a bunch of us were like, okay, well, let's go down this road because it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun to be a part of that. And there are a lot of people we care about that we would love to have at the lifestyle we're at, travel the world with us, see the things that we've seen, make those memories. So let's talk about this. And so we dug in. I mean, you guys, we spent a bunch of the company's money on outside counseling, or we spent a bunch of money. We brought someone into the board of directors that has a lot of experience. We spent offsite time together for weeks at a time. We literally went through and said, what is it going to take? And in the last year, you guys have seen some of the programs that we were able to identify start to take effect. One of them is the MVP program, and Marcel will talk a little bit about that. That MVP program was a way for us to pay you a little bit extra money for the behaviors of helping us find people that would help us tell the story. I mean, that's really what it was about. It was how do we pay you more money to go out and do the things that we know will tell the story so that we can get more customers, get more people telling the story, get more people to move through the ranks, and ultimately get people to the level that they can experience life again and take some of that financial pressure away. So we did the MVP program, pretty powerful program. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because I don't want Marcel to, I don't want to steal his thunder. That's kind of his baby. He's going to talk to you about going bronze, though. He's going to talk about the importance of getting those 3 people so that you can go bronze and helping them do the same thing. That then led to the programs that would allow those new voices to find customers with a new product that was developed, because we decided in this last year and a half, we were going to go and really double down on our Nerve 2 message, the most powerful message that network marketing has. The message that says we have scientifically discovered a way to make your body repair itself like it did when you were young. You can feel healthy, you can be healthy, you can live longer. One of the studies said you can live longer. We wanted to really go back and say, we're not going to ignore the foundational core product that got us to where we're at. But what we want to do is not just make you feel good on the inside, let's make you look good on the outside. And they introduced collagen. Now, you guys know me, I'm kind of the finance guy. I was excited about it. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea the impact that product was going to have on this company. You guys, it has grabbed a hold of this company to a level that the company didn't even prepare. I mean, we sold so much collagen that they were like, oh, we need to change our forecasting. People were so excited about that. There are so many before and after pictures right now, you guys, floating around of people that are using that collagen to look good on the outside and then feel good on the inside. The combination of the Protandim product with the collagen product has literally caught everyone's attention. Now, what we also didn't know is that when you introduce a program like the Collagen Cash program, the impact that was going to have on people's willingness to go out and build their business, which is what we love, the opportunity side of it. This blending of these two understandings has created a massive amount of growth, to the point where we went to convention this year and there were 25 brand new Pro 7s. Now, if you don't know what a Pro 7 is, I'll just give you a really brief overview. It's 100,000 in group volume. So you and all your group, if you're doing 100,000 properly structured, which is not hard, you're what we call a Pro 7. Now, the average income at a Pro 7 is roughly, we'll just say about 100 grand a year. Now, to verify this, you can go to our range of income report and you can look at that and you can see every single rank we have in the company and you can see what those average incomes are. And you just need to know that if you properly structure your business, you'll be somewhere in that little range if you decide to really aggressively go after and do what these people have done in the company in the last year. The 25 brand new Pro 7s that we had come into the company this year led to something that our company's never done before. It led to a brand new Pro 10 in September. Now that's the pinnacle. That's the high rank. That's the one that everyone, that's where I'm at, Marcel's at. That's where you want to be. That's where your life changes a lot. I mean, your life will change at the earlier ranks too, but your life will change a lot when you get to that top rank. We had somebody hit that in September. We then had another one hit the month after, just last month in October. So we went back to back on having people hit the pinnacle of this company. So we, in this last year, as we were having all these conversations about MVP and college and cash, a few teams really embraced it. And those are the results of embracing those two programs. And I actually had to take a step back. I was like, wow, I'm going to start adding the college and cash conversation to my conversation. I want my team to experience that. I want you guys to experience that. I want you guys to be able to hit those Pro 7 ranks. I want your teams to hit the Pro 5 ranks. I want you to take advantage of college and cash. It was so successful, you guys, that when at convention this year, it had expired. They said, no, we're going to keep doing it. We're just going to keep doing it, keep earning it. It's a giant commission for you guys. It's basically what you get is about $45 or so when you enroll somebody on that college and cash. I'd put them on an auto ship if I were you. I'd just put them on there. They need it. You don't want to look good for a day. Let's look good for the rest of your life, right? So put them on that auto ship. You're going to get roughly a $45 for signing them up. And then you're going to get a $15 bonus, which is what we call the college and cash on top of that. So the first month, roughly $60. But then every month when they order it, you get another $15 every single month. So it doesn't just stop. You're getting this giant commission, which is honestly filling a little spot in our comp plan that we felt like we weren't giving you enough. And so that's where that conversation came from, is to build your business properly. We need to properly pay you. We need to properly commission you. We need to properly give you some kind of a benefit for that activity. And it turns out that that was the right thing to do. It turns out that when you put money, effort, ask the right questions, you start to experience this kind of growth. And there's no reason for you guys not to. So as karma would have it, one of the things that's happened over the last year and a half too, is there's been this gathering of the minds and this unification. There's been this bonding that has happened as we've sat in these bunkers, basically having these conversations with one another. The top leadership of this company has come to the conclusion because of our desires, I would just say, to have what we had in the beginning, that we are absolutely locked in with one another, to the point that when I had a really, really great opportunity to help Sean and Michelle Poe hit their Pro 10 last month, I was able to jump on a phone call with them, and their group did it all. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Their group is phenomenal. They did an incredible job. But I was able to jump onto a call and give them one little extra piece of or suggestion of how you can maybe generate a little bit more volume to wrap this thing up and hit those ranks. They had $30,000 come in the next day. It was pretty awesome. They hit Pro 10 with a whole day to go. I mean, the effort that they put into developing leadership into that group and embrace these programs has obviously put them into the position in this company where they deserve. They belong there. And so I was excited about that. I had no expectations in return, but what so happens, you guys, is karma's funny. I told you karma's a funny thing. I got a phone call today from somebody that I have become very, very close to in this business over the last year. I've worked very, very hard understanding the relationship between the different messaging of online, offline, customers versus traditional, entrepreneurial versus. We've been working very, very hard on creating an environment that's inclusive. I think you heard that if you came to convention. You heard this very, very inclusive message if you came to convention. So I've been working very, very hard with her. And out of the blue today, she calls me up and she goes, hey, rumor has it that you guys are going to start giving a lot of push to the college and cash. You've recognized how much success our teams are having, and I want to help your team. And she has nothing to do with our team. She's not in my group. She's not my upline. And I said, are you serious? And she goes, absolutely, I'm serious. I want to help you educate your team to have the success we're having. And I said, done. You don't even have to ask twice. She offered to do a call for us at the end of this month. And she just sent me her slide deck. It's unbelievable. She said, you guys can use it. I said, great. She says, I will come teach your team about the conversations. I'll teach them how to post. I'll teach them how to do traditional. I will teach them everything they need to do to have a sip and glow party. She goes, I want to help you. And so I said, great, we're going to offer that to our team. So we have a very special guest. I'll tell you who it is in about a week before we do it, but you're going to love it. I can't wait. I am so excited to have this kind of environment again in this company where people are helping one another. The only thing that can happen is you benefit. The only thing that can happen is a rising tide is going to raise all these ships. That's the only thing that can happen. Okay. That's how it works. So I can't wait. So then I said, is there anything I can tell these guys? And here's really why we wanted you guys to get on this call. She goes, yeah. She goes, I'm going to tell you to do something, if you will. And you might not like it in the beginning, but I'm just going to tell you it works a lot. And I said, oh yeah, what's that? And she goes, I'm going to tell you or teach you or ask you to do a promotion where they can take your next check. And I said, what? What are you talking about? She goes, do this. She goes, it works. She goes, it's holidays, the holiday season. Everybody needs a little extra cash. Everybody needs a little extra money. She goes, do something called a collagen doubler. Do the collagen doubler. Do the collagen match. Do that. She says, what you do is you tell people in groups of 3, if you'll get 3 new customers on collagen, the collagen cash piece of that is $15 a pop. Okay, so you'll get your $45 or so from signing them up when they buy the collagen for $149. There's 112 in PV. You're going to get about $44 to $45 for that. But then the company sends you collagen cash for $15. She says, tell them they have to do it in groups of 3. They have to do it in groups of 3. But if they'll do it in groups of 3, you'll match the $15 portion. So they'll make $45 and you'll give them another $45. She says, what they'll make if they do this is they'll make about $225 total for signing 3 people up on that collagen cash. She says, tell them they can do it as many times as they want. And I said, really? And she goes, you'll be shocked. She goes, not only does everybody love collagen, but everyone loves making the money from it. Do it. And I said, done. She goes, if you'll do that, I'll do the call. I'll train them and teach them. So if you guys will go get your customers involved, get them on that call. She's going to come on and teach you guys how to accelerate that conversation, how to do this. We're going to give you guys all the way until Christmas time, right? But the day before Christmas, we're going to give you all the way to Christmas to get your 3. And we're gonna double that $45 for you if you'll do it. Okay, you can do it as many times as you want. So go take our money. My wife was sitting in the car with me when I did my first call, and she leaned over and she goes, "Take their money." She was like, "Give it, make them give it away. Take their money." So that's, you guys, what we're excited about. The other thing we're really excited about, and then I'm gonna turn this thing over to Marcel if he's been able to jump on. Do you know Mark? Is he on yet? I don't know if he's jumped on yet. The other thing that we're really excited about is the commitment that we're making to you. We're going to do this call every single week between now and then. The difference on these calls is going to be, it's going to vary a little bit. We want you to get with Mark and Krista or your team leader that can get them the questions. We want to mentor you. We want to use this call to answer your questions. What are you struggling with? What are you having success with? How can we accelerate things? Where do you need to change your messaging a little bit? What's going on in other parts of the company that maybe we need to embrace as a team? We want to use this call every single week through the end of the year to drive massive momentum for what we know is coming next year for you. Okay. We want you to take advantage of this. We're going to do it every single week, except 1 week. We have one exception. When we decided to do this, we had already made commitments next week. So next week is the only week we can't do this. But every single week after this, and I know this is gonna, one of the days will fall on Thanksgiving. We'll work around it. We're just committed to you guys. We'll work around that, okay? But we will do this every single week through Christmas to get you guys up to speed, get you guys, get your momentum where it needs to be, help you guys get your collagen cash rewards, help you get that collagen cash doubler. We're gonna do everything we can to have you guys experience what we experienced in those first 3 or 4 years. Let's show the company how grateful we are for making the commitment that they made financially with their time. These guys have been staying up till 1 and 2 in the morning, many nights for the last year to create this for you. Okay. So with that, I think I need to introduce Marcel. I think he just became, I think his phone just got unmuted, but let me do it right. Okay. I know he wants to jump on here. Let me do it right. Okay. Very rarely in your life, you get to meet someone who has the same kind of drive and desire and willingness to make a sacrifice that you make. Very rare. It's a very rare thing. Very rare do you get to be a partner with that person for a 20-year period of time. Most of the time, there is something between your personality, something between your character or whatever that will drive you apart to where you're no longer partners. I have been fortunate enough to be his partner for 19 years in this business. 19 years in this business. And I think we've had one fight in 19 years. And when I say fight, I think he was just washing the car wrong, and I didn't like how he was washing the car. So we fought about that. So you guys, I can't wait for you guys to hear Marcel talk to you about the MVP program and then close this call out. But take advantage of it, take our money, and take it away, Marcel.
Yarno.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have been trying to go from Salt Lake City to Vernal, Utah. And it has taken me all night because Tyler and I have been on a call every half hour. So thank you so much for that, Tyler. I echo it right back. It's will you take that out of there?
Yeah.
I got my phone going too. So I'm excited tonight too. I'm excited that everything's shared with you. And for those of you that fell out of your chair onto the floor when Cash Collagen came out of Tyler's mouth? Let me just briefly, in one sentence or two, fix that thought for you. We have been sitting back and watching what this company's been doing over the last year. Tyler and I might be a little slow once in a while, but we are not stupid. Do you guys understand that? All the experience we've had in the industry, we will not, by all means, ever miss out on an opportunity that we can help. Turn that back on.
Just touch
That
it.
we can help, that we can help you guys get to the point where we're at. Can you guys see me okay? I'm sorry. I was supposed to be here hours ago and it just
No,
don't
you're
work
good.
out.
You're good.
I feel like this. I feel like this. I feel like we're right back where we started when Tyler and I first started on this. And I got to tell you, we made the decision Sunday night. We've been talking about it. We've both been going back and forth. We really value our time. We really value our family. Like, we've paid this price once. We've already got this company on the map once, but we decided that we're going to make a run. A lot of that stems that we've developed over the last year, and Tyler gave you a glimpse of it. And I'm not going to take time to tell you what I've seen. We're gaining the trust of Steve Fife and Kristen Cunningham and the corporate team that Steve has put together over the last couple of years. We trust that. What I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I know for a fact they have your best interest. There is no hidden agenda. Nothing like we've experienced in the past. So we're on board. Him and I are going to make another run. And what we're offering is to do that with you guys. So we're doing a call tonight. We're going to do this call every week at the same time, except for next week, like Tyler said. Okay. If you guys want, and I'm going to give you some instruction about what I want you to do, but I want you to say, I want you to know, it feels like the beginning. I've been getting on the wrong Zooms at the wrong time. I'm driving down the road 100 miles an hour, texting all the links to everybody, making sure everybody's set up. I'm going crazy. And that's what happens when you get excited. I can't wait for this chaos to end in probably 2 to 5 years, because that's what it's going to take, you guys. You're going to experience things so fast and overnight by the behaviors and the things that you've already heard. And then when I get done sharing with what I want you to do, that will help you take advantage of what we're offering to you. And it's not just calls, you guys. As this starts to evolve and things start to happen, we are going to be available for those of you that are willing to do. Let me see if we can get this right. We're going to do our part. What part do you have in it? Your part. So if we do your part, if we do our part and you do your part, magic's going to happen. If we do our part and you don't do your part, it's not fun. Because the experience we've had when we started, you guys, we just started with a handful of people and we turned this company into what it is today. Now, I'm not saying Tyler and I turned it in. Tyler and I just did our part when it was our turn to do our part. And we were able to inspire and influence and develop and mentor and do all those things to all those other people. And it was a great ride. Some of you were in then and you saw that ride. Take advantage of what's happening because we do care about you guys. We're going to make all those sacrifices again that we made in the beginning. I'm already ready for it. It's been nonstop. I haven't slept since we got done Sunday night. And I hope that you can start to get that excitement that we have. And you guys know me. I'm the most transparent person you've ever met. I know a lot of people on this call. You know me. So here's my thoughts in my part of this conversation of what is going to help you. As you've already heard it, it's going to be a repeat. And that is, I want you to focus on going MVP bronze. Okay. Now, if you've already done it, I want you to do it again. Tyler and I, through our 3-hour conversation, we've learned so much. We've learned so much about LifeVantage. We've learned so much how powerful the product is, and we've learned so much about the compensation plan. Okay. We want to help you structure it correctly. And the easiest way to do it and the easiest way to explain it to somebody else is just like this. I want you to sign up 3 people and put them on a subscription order. That's MVP bronze. Once you do that, you know how to do that. You can help somebody else do it. Does anybody disagree? Okay, I can only see one page. So Mark, I'm praying that everybody is following your lead. That is not hard. People like collagen. It's been proven. People love Nerf too. Most of us have years of experiences with that. So I want everybody to stop worrying about getting Pro 10. I want them to start worrying about putting the Pro 10 business together one bronze at a time. Step 2, once you hit bronze, I want you to start helping those 3 people hit bronze. And in the same time frame, I want you to start going bronze again. That means you're going to have to go out and share people information about collagen, information about Nerf 2, information about all the other products we've got. How hard is that? It's not. The only way something's hard is if you don't do it. You're going to get told no. Tyra and I are very good about what we do. This industry, we've mastered it. It's very simple. Some of it's not fun. The gathering phase is not fun. It's not my favorite part. Collecting the checks is one of them. Watching you guys go across stage gives us the most benefit and reward. Like, we get more out of that than we do when we get our check. But I will not trade my check while we're waiting for you guys to make the decision. Is that okay? So I want you to do those 2 things. Now, listen carefully. I'm giving you like a 90-day what you should be doing. Okay. Let's say this takes a lot longer. Let's say I don't really care how long it takes for you guys to do this. All I care about, we're offering all of our service and all of our value and all of our love to you. All I care about is you do something every day to hit those goals. That's all I care about. If you do, I know for a fact the next time we get on this call, there will be a lot more new people on there that are going to get a similar message. Does that make sense? This is our 3rd one. It's almost identical, but it's not. It sounds a lot different than the first one. Does that make sense? And by the time we get done doing this over the next 2 to 5 years, we'll have it down. But the best part about this is you're going to have it down too. So just out of curiosity, who on here is interested in jumping on board and running with us like no other? All right. Lesson number 1, always do what you say you're going to do. Is that okay? So you all commit to me every single day before these calls. You're going to do everything you can to get somebody signed up and help somebody get somebody signed up. Those 2 behaviors will build a dynasty. Okay, so we're going to work together. We're going to get back on this call again, and here in 2 weeks. Now, I am grateful. I am grateful for the opportunity that we do have good products. I have never seen anything like it in the industry. I have seen companies that when they start to go backwards, they spiral out because they've never had any stability in their product. And we have all witnessed over quite a few years that we've maintained. And I give credit to that, to our product and the people that haven't quit. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of value in that. I'm grateful for all of the effort that Steve and his team and Kristen have put in ever since they got here. And then everything Tyler spoke about over the last 18 months and the MVP. I love that program. And it's helped me to make it so much simpler for all of you and whoever comes in contact with me to explain to you how to build this business. It's not reading all the peer reviews. It's not studying the compensation inside and out. The compensation doesn't mean anything to anybody until they start getting a check. But those simple behaviors are people can do, they're very duplicatable, okay? Other people can do what you're doing. And the best part is once you do it, you can teach it. And if you'll remember that, I don't want you to miss a call. And the reason I tell you that is our first call today was with a gal that's been in the business for about 7 years. And she's tried hard and she's done everything and she's had success. She's got to Pro 5, I think, Pro 4, Pro 5. She went to convention. I guess she's been to the last couple of functions she said on there. I didn't know this until that. She went to those and something changed her heart. And she came home from convention. She called me up on the phone and said, "Hey, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know why I'm here. I'm quitting my job," which I don't agree with that. But she didn't say, "Marcel, what do you think about me quitting my job?" She said, "I'm quitting my job." So if you don't ask, I'm not going to give you advice. Does that make sense? I don't want anybody telling me anything if I'm not asking, right? Will you help me? I'll show you the text. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. If you guys are saying right now, Tyler, Marcel, will you stick through us on this till the end? Absolutely. If one condition, what is the condition? Write it in the bottom. If you do your part. All right. Now I got the opportunity to introduce somebody that I've really gotten to know well over the last couple of years that I have developed trust for. Matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say, this is the first time, literally the first time in LifeVantage that we actually have a CSO. Mark, you're supposed to smile at that. Did you hear what I just said? She is functioning in that position. I can't think of anybody better in this company to have that. Matter of fact, when she got put in as intern or interim CEO or CSO, first thing I did when I heard that, I called up Steve and I said, you don't need to search anywhere. That's the person for the job. Now, you guys all know me. I'm transparent about how I feel about people that don't ever do what they say they're going to do. I put my stamp of approval on this one, and I'm going to follow her all the way to the top of this company again, if that makes sense. So I appreciate it. Every time she says she's going to do something, she does it. I've also noticed when people are having problems, they call her with them. She actually gets back to them and helps get them fixed. So for saying all of that, I want you to know what I believe is Kristen and Steve both have our backs. They do have what's the best interest in us. Now, with that being said, they also run in a company. And so sometimes we get people that ask for ridiculous things. I've also watched her stand her ground when ridiculous things are asked for. Does that make sense? But they have faith and trust. They want this company to grow. They got our backs. They have been putting things into place now for ever since they got here. You've witnessed it with Steve as he reorganized his staff. The fact that I watched Tyler get excited about going back to work and then selling out, and you heard his excitement tonight, I know for a fact when Tyler's involved in somebody's life, something happens. And if you guys will allow him and I to help you, we're going to do that. So without any further ado, please help me welcome CSO of this company, Kristen Cunningham.
Oh, thank you so much, Marcel. That meant so much to me. You know, Marcel was one of the first distributors that I met when I started. And I'm not going to lie, I was like, I don't think this guy likes me. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. But you know what I just love and appreciate about him so much is that he really is the most transparent person I have ever met. I never have to guess what Marcel is thinking because he will tell me. And I appreciate that honesty, that integrity. And one of the things that he always says is do what you say you're going to do. And he lives up to that. He's somebody that I consider a partner, and we're doing amazing things. And I could not ask for a better partner to do that with. And, you know, Tyler, I've gotten to know Tyler as well. He is incredible. What Marcel said about him just finding success. And when Tyler's involved, things are successful. I agree with that. And to have those two together, I mean, this is a dynamic duo. And I've worked with a lot of leaders. There is no two leaders I would rather do this with than those two. They make it fun. They make it interesting. Very interesting. Actually, I gotta say, I only have one question. You guys, Tyler said you guys have been in one fight. I just want to know who won. And I might get different answers from the two of them, but was anybody else wondering who won that one fight?
Well, let me tell you.
Oh boy, here it is.
No, I won, but I let him believe he did.
Oh, see,
that works every single time.
There you go. And I'm sure Tyler's trying to find that unmute button to give me his version of that, but there it is. There it is.
He had the car wash wand, so I let him win.
Oh, but these guys, they understand this industry, and they understand when an opportunity is right and when it makes sense to get in and just all out massive action sprint. And if you haven't taken that away from this call tonight, let me tell you, that's what you should take away from this call tonight. We have amazing things coming next year that we cannot be more excited about. Convention was, I will say, the best convention I've been to. The messages were on point. The balance was on point. And between MVP and College and Cash, please take advantage of both of those, because we are seeing incredible rank advancements. We are seeing people succeed in this business who never thought that they could. One of the things that I love about MVP is that when we look at our promotions, this is the one that creates the most stable businesses. It's not just a pop and drop. It is teaching you how to build correctly. One of the things I love about College and Cash is how many of you have noticed that people have maybe shorter attention spans these days, and people really want to know, if I do this, will I get that? And College and Cash is a quick answer to that. Yes, do this, get that. Sell collagen, get College and Cash. When you combine those two principles, amazing things happen. You know, Steve committed about a year ago to the FAB that we would be the and company. We would be a place where people could come in and build massive organizations off of the business opportunity, but we would also find a home for people who want to just gather customers and earn by sharing product. We have that. Don't pick one, pick both. Some people are going to be attracted to one side, some will be the other. And to quote somebody, we want all the volume. There, I knew you'd hear that, Marcel. I was waiting for the reaction. So I listen, I pay attention, but we want all the volume. And more importantly, we want all of you. We want you to run with us, to partner with us, because we've got a fun few months ahead of us. And I'll also say personally, I want you to take their money. So if they're offering, I'm with Tosh, if they're offering extra money, let's have them give it away. But the last thing I just want to say is I hope you know how committed we are to each and every one of you on this call. It is not lost on us that you are putting your time, your talents, you're away from your families to build your businesses. And we want to pull through and come through for you in every single way that we possibly can. And we're appreciative of what you do. So with that, thank you for having me on this call. Thank you to Tyler, to Marcel, to Mark and Krista. We can do amazing things this year, and let's get after it. And I'm glad I could finally put to bed the who won their one and only fight. So I'm also grateful for that.
Kristen, your support is unreal. And Tyler and I and everybody on this call, we so much appreciate that. I learned at convention, though, you probably really don't want mine and Tyler's money because it jingles. You probably want to go after Tosh's, it folds.
Oh my gosh, did he really just say that? Well played, well played. But
So-
who's the better dancer? That was the one thing we never really.
Okay, I'm the better dancer by far. And
There it
I
is.
took my money away. So yeah, no. it's fine.
So her money's not available, but it was a good thought. Okay, let me say one more thing and then turn it over to Tyler. And say, Tyler, I'll let you say the last closing thoughts, but let me say this, you guys. When Tyler and I started this company, it was with less people that are on this call. We're not wondering if we're going to turn the company around. We know we're going to. There's enough people in the company right now, and there's probably enough people on this call that are going to heed this challenge or this invitation. We're asking you to come work with us. We're doing this with or without anybody. And I'm not saying that. I have never been in this position for a very long time. And I cannot begin to tell you how good it feels. I can't. And I understand some things are a shock right now, or it's not all registering. Let's start here. This is our starting point, and let's move forward. And I promise you, if you will do your part, you'll be at the same level we're at, or even more. Especially just two of the things have come out. There's things coming out, like Kristen said, everything is lined up in your favor to succeed. And there are some things that Tyler and I have been weak in, and that's, we get customers, but that's just because they told us they don't want to build a business. And they're just good because every company I've ever been in, that's never happened. I've never, ever experienced that in my life until this company. So, but we're willing to learn. You have people on your team that are all about the product and they're trying to do all this. So why don't we just all learn it together and help them out? And you're going to sponsor more and more and more people are going to come into your business. I would rather, like she says, I want all the volume, but I want 10 times all the volume we have. And people are doing it right before our eyes. And so we're wide awake. Tyler and Marcel are not dumb. Some of you might think we are. You might think we're dorks. I understand that because we are. You follow what I'm saying? If we can do this, you guys are going to kill it. You've just got to trust us on the process and don't get bogged down on the rejection and trust in what we're saying. People are out there just like you were when somebody found you. Somebody had already gone through 50 no's to find you. So I know that process works. Tyler, I'm sure you have a few more things to say. I love you guys with all my heart.
I have one thing to say. In these coming weeks, okay, I want you guys to grow with us. That's what I want you to do. I want you to grow with us. I want us to be able to talk to you about the different steps that are going to make your team grow with you. I'll give you one example of what I'm talking about. There are people that will show up in your downline in your life that have no problem talking about this industry. They have no problem finding entrepreneurs. They have no problem finding distributors. Okay. There are people also in your life that need the success of their college and cash, that need the success of introducing Nerf 2. They need the success of that to generate an income that will give them the confidence then to go out and find other partners that will help them tell the story. We want to talk to you guys about that. We want to teach you what those principles are. We want to talk to you about the ways that you answer questions and drive people to information. We want to use the next few weeks to help you guys, help your team evolve through whatever pathway they need to go. Okay. So I'm going to turn this thing back over to Mark. I know he's got a couple things to say to you guys. We appreciate this team a lot. This team has been with us for a long time. We have a great friendship in this team. Mark and Krista are incredible leaders. They're part of an incredible team. So you can trust that what they're telling you is going to help you accomplish your goals. So back to you, Mark. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, it's mutual. And the admiration and appreciation, Tyler and Marcel, there's no words to express how much we love you and honor you. Kristen, that you would take time out of your family time at 7 o'clock Mountain with your kiddos at home is just mind-blowing. So thank you. I mean, we love you, and you just continue to become a legend even more in our eyes. So thank you. And to Tyler's point, I'll say this, and Julie, I'll turn it back over to you to close the call. Any final thoughts? But here's what I know. I mentioned this at the beginning of our call. If you've not yet seen Tyler's partnership call with Sean and Michelle last week, I just posted on the team Lifetree, Lifetree Health Network on the Facebook group. We'll make sure that link gets passed around, but that is an outstanding opportunity presentation, 36 minutes with a lot of Q&A after that Sean and Tyler go back and forth on. So if you know somebody that's looking, ask them, hey, are you looking? I found something. Are you open? Are you looking? Because I know this. People are looking. People are hungry, right? And man, friends don't let friends join Me Too network marketing companies. Just saying, because they're doing it. They're doing it right now. They're gonna make a bad decision. Somebody you know is gonna join a Me Too company. Whose fault is that? Not theirs. Right. So with that, we love you guys. Thanks for taking on jumping on the call tonight and for taking the extra time. Obviously, I think we can all agree tonight was a really special night. We'll look back on 2022 as one of those watershed moments of, hey, remember that call in November? It was like right before Thanksgiving in 2022. Were you on that call that Tyler and Marcel talked about the time they fought and Kristen was egging them on? We're going to talk about it. Anything else, Marcel?
Yeah, you just made me think of something that I was going to talk about. And that is this, guys. That's this. You just hit the nail on the head. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is right around the corner. Can I give you guys a secret? Can I tell you a secret that launched Tyler and I into freaking outer space? We worked harder in those months than everybody else so that when January, February, March hit, we exploded. And then all the people that took those off to get going, they started in January, February, March, and we blew their frickin' doors off. I wished I could get into that back office and show you from years ago, but it doesn't exist. It's changed so much you can't see the numbers, but I'm just telling you the secrets of this business. And if you can learn to trust those that have what you want without any question, your life will be good. I promise you that. That's what I did. I fought it. I'm the smartest guy ever. I'm the most rebellion. I can't stand anybody, blah, 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 blah. I have that. I don't like what they said. He said collagen. I'm not listening. I know that's not happening, but you guys got the picture. Take advantage of the next 2 months. Take advantage of Tyler and I and all the help that we're willing to do. And let's get this thing done for once and for all. Let's get the lifestyles. We've seen the people that have them. We love you guys. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Kristen. Thanks, Tosh, for sharing your folded money.
Yeah, thank you, Tasha. Good to see your face. Hey, I propose a drinking game. Who's with me? Here we go. Hear that sound? That's the crack of a new liquid collagen down the hatch.
Hey, how did you get that open?
With my strumps.
Okay,
Julie.
good night, you guys.
Julie, take us home. You're muted. Julie, can you close us up?
Yes, wow, what an incredible opportunity to be mentored again by Tyler and Marcel. We so appreciate you guys and all that you do for us and all that you've done to help our LifeVantage family. And we look forward to these next few weeks. And I'm excited, and I definitely agree with you, Marcel, about working over the holidays. I enrolled 12 years ago. It'll be on Christmas Eve coming up. So blessings to everyone. Thanks for joining, and stay tuned for more details. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Bye. Love you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler, Tosh. Thanks, Marcel.
Amazing.
Love y'all.
Goodbye, everybody.